Hi, this is Josep Brunet of the Spanish doom metal band Helevorn, and we are listening to the Bloodshed with the Vampire on Metal Messiah Radio.
Joseph, thank you very much for taking time out for this interview and welcome to the Metal Bloodshed with the Vampire on Metal Messiah Radio.
Hey, Vampire, it's very nice to talk to you.
Helevorn has been depressing the world with emotionally wrought doom dark metal since 1999. The band started in Palma de Mallorca, Spain, with Samuels on guitars, Josep Yu on the vocals, Marc as bassist. They made the first step and completed the lineup with Xavier on drums, Eva on keyboards, Raul guitarist, and Luisa female vocals. With the first finished song, they recorded a promo CD called Prelude in the winter of 2001. It was their presentation letter, written with a Gothic-Doom style with female vocals, reminding bands like TRISTANIA of Theater of Tragedy, and with a very good acceptance in the underground press. Joseph, it was very nice and to have meet you in Slovakia where you guys played there one night. I like your presentation there for the first time that I had a chance to see Helevorn live. And what can you tell us? Go back in time, 2016, your presentation in Gothoom Open Air, and how was your stay in Slovakia in general?
Yeah, Vampire, it was nice to meet you there. Very nice spot to play and to meet people from around. This is what we do when we play in big festivals. Try to enjoy the performances and have a good time with the colleagues from the other bands and meet people. We like to share time with the metalheads also. And yes, it was the first time we played at Gothoom and the second time in Slovakia. It was amazing.
I always talk about this festival. It's so small, but it's so cozy, and everybody get to meet each other, talk to each other,
Yeah.
have beers with each other. It's so nice, this festival. That was the last time that they organized a festival at that area.
I think they changed the spot. I think
Yeah.
that the place now is different. Yeah.
Joseph, you're born in the early 80s and raised all your life in Mallorca, Spain. How come have you become a vocalist for a doom metal band? And have you been part of some other bands before or at the same time with Helevorn?
I started singing in a metal band when I was 15, more or less. Since that day, I have never stopped singing. I have to say that the album that changed my life was Chase of God of Paradise Lost. I wanted to be like Chris Holmes. I really loved them in the 90s. Yeah, Paradise Lost for us and for me is a very special band. As a doom vocalist, I love to transmit the raw reality and sadness. I really like to feel intensively what I sing and what I write. So since that day, I never stopped. Yeah.
With all respect to Mr. Holmes, you become one of Spain great, you could say, doom vocalist, man.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Joseph, almost 20 years after the band has been formed, was there many lineup changes? And could you please present us the current band lineup? And could you please describe why Helevorn as the band name?
In fact, we still survive because we haven't changed the lineup so much. So we are like three main musicians, and from I think 12 or 13 years ago, we changed the bassist, and that's it. So yeah, the most important thing is we'll have the same direction in music and in life. And about the name, about Helevorn, we took the name from Tolkien's Silmarillion because our former keyboardist was a very fan of Tolkien, and we like the name, and that's it. Yeah, nothing more.
Could you please present now the current band members, please?
Yeah, me as vocalist, Samuel Morales as guitar, and Sandro Vizcaino as guitar also, Enrique Sierra with the piano and keys, Xavi playing drums, and Guillem bassist.
Hellbaum doesn't really stick to a traditional like 1 or 2 years release. What do you guys do between albums so many years?
Yeah, it's a very interesting thing. A lot of people ask the same to us. So yeah, no, for us it's impossible to do that. We like to take our time to compose, to prepare concerts. Sometimes we perform our songs in acoustic and we play in small theaters. We are not professionals, so we would need a lot of time to release an album every 2 or 3 years. years. Maybe we are a little bit lazy. Yeah, we took our time and we like this way.
Like we talked outside the interview, Joseph, might takes you 5 years before to release one album. People feel it that you see a big difference between one album to the next one, and it takes time maybe for you. When you bring something, you bring it with more passion, with more dedication, and that makes that one album to the other album becomes better and better.
Yeah. We like to take our time and we like to feel that we are in the perfect way. The way when we compose, when we write the lyrics, we like to feel that we are not only in the right way, but in the perfect way. I think that's the reason why we take so long time to release every album.
Talking about release, the band debut album Fragments self-released in October 2005, recorded at Ona Digital Studios in Mallorca and mastered at Finfox Studio, Finland by Mika Jusila, and sounding more solid and get also transmitted a dark, heavy, melancholic sound. Fragments has obtained excellent reviews in several magazines, I would say. Then Helevorn has toured as well around Spain since November 2005 in cities like Madrid, Valencia, Alicante, Burgos, Tarragona, Valladolid, and Guadalajara. Okay. Fragments, this band's first full album that has carried the weight as the passport of the band towards Spain and the world. Does this release had or still has a special feeling for the band, and how was the tour through Spain?
Yeah, it was like the first time that we toured over different cities, so we were very young. But after more than 15 years after that, we can say that Fragments was a little bit shy first step in our career. We don't regret at all, but we feel that album is not representative for us anymore. We changed a lot and we changed the way we play and the way we feel our music, so that's it. During that period of time, we played a lot in front of 50 or even 60 people, so small concerts, but we didn't care whatsoever. We just wanted to play everywhere. We were so young. Now it's very different.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, you always have to be proud, no, for where you came from, how you started, no?
Sure. We are very proud of us and of that album. But we feel that, it's like we feel that it's old album. The production was a little bit weak. And we prefer the genre and the style that we play nowadays. So that's it.
Okay, Hellborn's second album of forthcoming Displeasure was released on February 8, 2010 via Bad Moon Man Music. From Our Glorious Day was the opening track from this album already with a dark atmospheric mood. It's blend some kick-ass riffs with strong melodies gives the album a good start. Like most of these kind of doom outfits, they use this clean vocals, growling vocals, but piano parts are added to the clean vocal parts in the opening track to great effect, I must say. Go through the album track list from 1 to 8. The album finale is with the song On Shore of Dying Sea. It started off with some music melancholic beauty before it washed away with eerie doom riffing and a depressing atmosphere. Aggressive death growls blend with clean, mournful vocals that build the track up into a hell of a high charge slap of emotion doom metal. Continue with this great second album forthcoming. Displeasure was recorded at the Urban Studio in Palma, Spain, produced by Jens Bergen and Johan Onberg, also producer of bands like Catatonia, Opeth, Dragonian, Paradise Lost, etc. Taken an important step in their musical style, emphasizing a more intense and heavy sound and being forceful and deep. becoming the best Doom album of the year, according to Metal Storm magazine. Joseph, how was the work done with the recording at Urban Studio, especially with the version at Fascination Street Studio in Sweden? Not that I mean to say that the production on the first album, Fragment, with Mika Jusila at Finfox Studio in Finland was not a good one, but the one on the forthcoming Displeasure was so much more heavier.
Yeah, I totally agree. The story behind the recording of Forthcoming Displeasure was that after Fragments, we had a discussion between us of how we see our future. Hey guys, how we see our future? We were thinking about it, and finally we were like, hey, let's make our second album great. Maybe we should talk to some good producer and pay his trip to Mallorca. And what we did, we loved the productions such as Catatonia or Draconian, so we called Jens Bogren. First, Johan Ornborg came to produce the drums and the bass, and after that, Jens arrived to Mallorca to finish the job and mix the album in Sweden. We rent a flat close to the sea for them, and we really had a good time with them. They are very professional, a little bit serious people sometimes, hard to make them smile, like Spanish people is trying to make you laugh. It's not easy. We love to make jokes of everything. So from then, Jens has mastered all our works until the date, and that album was our big step in our musical career. So, and we're very, very proud of that album.
I cannot believe that you didn't offer them some sangria, huh?
Yeah, we try drink with them, or let's go to eat some paella.
Yes.
Yeah, of course we can come, but very, very, very professional and very kind, and we have a very good relationship with them, and yeah, we're still in contact with them, and yeah, they are lovely people.
You started out with female vocals and less heavy approach. What made you decide to go into more aggressive path from Fragments to forthcoming Displeasures?
Honestly, it was a natural step for us. Without female vocals, we thought that maybe it was a good time to explore more into old doom metal like 90s. I think after that we took the right direction, definitely.
Unlike the first album, which was released via Spanish Goy Music, you switched to the Russian Bat Moon Man Music. Was it easy to nail the deal with this Russian record company? And what happened to Goy Music?
Oh yeah, with the Russians, if you like to the Russian people, it's very easy to handle it. So yeah, Solitude or Batman Man, it's a small label, but they work hard and with the heart. They are very honest with what they can do with their bands. And what happened with Go Music, they finally closed the business. They helped us to distribute the album, but unfortunately they disappeared. That's the final story of them.
The Russian label Bat Moon Man Music released the album, yes, on February 2010, getting excellent reviews, making the band to introduce themselves into the international scene, forming part of one of the most important festivals in Gothic music and culture, the Wave Gothic Treffen, that's Leipzig, Germany, and the Devilstone Open Air, among others like Patriot, Ergo, Sum, one in Lithuania, if I'm not wrong, one in Czech Republic, and the Dark Festival, that's in Madrid, and also in the Netherlands, the Gothic-Doom Days. Were you guys happy in working first time with Bad Moon Man Records and what they meant for the band career internationally? How was the experience for the band to play at these great festivals?
I have to say honestly that Mood Man or Solitude doesn't help you in anything if it's not related directly with the album you have released with them. They send promos and they try to do their best, but they are small and they don't decide anything in the metal scene. So it's not easy, it's hard. Regarding the festivals, or what a great experience is playing in those places supporting Catatonia, October Tide, the Foreshadowing, even Mayhem. We will remember those streets forever, especially Lithuania. For example, in Lithuania, it was a very, very big festival. I think it's the biggest festival in Lithuania. And since we play there, we started an amazing friendship with a Lithuanian couple. And every year they come to Mallorca to visit us, or we visit them to Lithuania. Oh man, this is awesome. And we love to play music for this kind of reason.
after this great success having with this album forthcoming Displeasure, the band released third album Compassion for Long via Bad Moon Man Music. The Spanish group continued. The line started with the previous album forthcoming Displeasure, mourning and melancholy, piecing the music and the vocals diluted with mournful grow, go far beyond the frames of the doom gothic metal. One of the videos that you has released was for the song Burden Me. Could you explain the concept behind this video?
You can see the video is like story of a guy. It talks about the humanization of human race, how we finally don't feel anything for the people who suffer. It's like the total lack of compassion for the people who is dying or who is like the robotization of the human being. I think the video is awesome and it demonstrates what we really want to show the people.
Who was responsible to direct this video?
The producer of this video was Tuco Martin. He's awesome. He works very, very good and he's a very good professional and we love to work with him and yeah, it's amazing.
As we already said, having started the band with a female vocals and heading away from that direction, what made you decide to bring back the Luisa Gottbert for Els Dies Tranquils?
Because we really missed some touch of female energy in the band. That's it. She's so powerful and her voice fitted very well in that song. She came to Mallorca to play some songs with us during the presentation show of Compassion Forlorn. The collaboration was amazing and we feel very happy with that song and yeah, with her performance.
While the production on forthcoming Displeasure was already quite good, Compassion Forlorn stepped up full level in every aspect, perfectly balanced, mixed, and mastered, and released again via Bad Moon Man Music, recorded and mixed at Psychosomatic Studio by Rilto Mega, and the mastering was done by Jens Borgen. For its second time, the band worked with him, who had released work with Opeth, Paradise Lost, Arch Enemy, and others at Fascination Street Studio in Sweden, reached the quality they aimed for, clear and heavy. How did the songwriting and the recording process differs from forthcoming Displeasure to Compassion Forlorn, Josep, since the production was done again by Jens Borgen at Fascination Studios in Sweden?
Yeah. He only mastered the album, but I agree. Definitely, Compassion Forlorn was a huge step in our musical career, whether in terms of production than in the music itself. We changed the way to compose, and we have kept that way. Two of us write the main ideas in our rehearsal room, and after that, we show it to the rest of the band. Then they work in the songs by themselves. We record, we listen, we delete, we record again. But yeah, the process is hard, but the more all we get, the more demanding we are. So we feel that Compassion Forlorn was a very, very important step for us.
Okay, if I may ask, how many times while writing that you guys get together and to work on the songs?
Normally, I work with Sandro, the guitar player. We meet each other twice or three times a week, and then we show to the rest of the bandmates what we have recorded. But normally, during the time we compose the new songs, we practice twice or three times per week.
Go back to this album. For those who hasn't had a chance to listen to this great album as yet, great music like Burden Me, Lotus, Unified, Delusified, Am to Blame, Reason Dies Last, and Els Dies Tranquils. Yes, like I said before, a very great album, man, and that you guys have to be very, very proud and the way the band has progressed from one album to the other.
Yeah, we feel the same. We feel that every album we record is like step forward in our career. So we were a bit scary because we felt that we will have the chance or we will have the energy or we will be able to compose better songs than in Compassion Forlorn. I feel that it was a very, very good album, but I think that the newest is a little bit better. But we will talk about this later, I think.
After the release of this album, Compassion for Long, the band played in several gigs and festivals over Europe, such as Gothoom Open Air, like we said in the beginning, that's in Slovakia, Metal Over Mata, Doom Rotten Death, Berlin, Germany, Madrid's Dark Fest, supporting Dragonian in London, tour around Eastern Europe during 10 days, supporting the Danish band Saturnus, full metal holidays organized by the people from Wacken, Mr. Jansen. How was the album sales been since this great album has brought the band to some awesome stages and festivals?
It was great. The label sold a lot of CDs. They read the album. So the good thing is we still sell some of them in every show we make. The Digipack version is completely sold out. Compassion Forlorn was very, very good album for our label and for us. It was quite good. And we still have, I think, 60 or 70 CDs. And that's it. I think they will be sold out.
Great. Having support different great bands and toured to all these great venue around the world has made the band much more mature as musician. And are you guys very thankful to this record label, Bad Moon Man Music, for all accomplished with this album?
Yeah, interesting. We are not as so thankful with the label, but with the work we have done over the last 2 decades, a very intense and focused work. But for sure, we are so grateful with all the people who supported us and to all those who remember us. For example, you, my friend. When you start a band, you never think in the future, but dude, we're going to tour Canada during 2 weeks in May. That's more than we could have expected in our lives. We're really happy with what Helevorn is giving to us in our personal lives, of course.
Do you guys feel it too, that you have become much more mature as musicians?
Of course. Actually, we feel that we are very, very different than 15 years ago. As I said, yeah, the mature for us is very important because when we compose the new songs, we feel that, hey, let's do it as best as we can. And yeah, technically also.
Continue with the interview. The band has released a new album,
Yeah.
Mata,
Yes.
which was released on January 23rd, 2019, again via Solitude, Bad Moon, Man Music. Mata
Yeah.
is Helevorn. It's a fourth full-length album. It's embraced 9 long-lasting pieces in over 57 minutes. The fact is that Helevorn has, coming from the Mediterranean shores, had a lot of, especially both to their music and to their lyric content likewise. Would you like to present and describe the songs on Amamata for us, please, Joseph?
Yeah. Okay, Amamata is the concept that for us is so important. Our music is inspired by real memories and real events that happen in everyday life. The driving factors behind writing our third album, Compassion Forlorn, were how humanity is losing its basic feelings toward one another and the tragedy of the degradation of the human condition. The older we get, the more tragedy we observe in the world around us, and the more sensitive we become to the pain felt by the most fragile parts of our society. In Amamata, what we are attempting to put to music are the cries of millions of people trapped in hopeless situations. Some are lucky enough to have a saltwater burial, but others die at the hands of murderers, either by violence or starvation. Such is the world we live in, with few people aware of what is happening around us. So, yeah, Vampire for us, Amamata is a very, very special album. We are very proud. We work a lot with the lyrics and with the concept, and yeah, we are so proud of it.
Okay, the tracking list, would you like to present us from 1 to 9?
The first song is A Sail to Sanity, is a very direct song with some not death metal riffs, but very, very direct riffs. Goodbye Hope is the second song. It's a very, very sad song. Third is Black and Waves, our first single. Fourth song is Aurora. Fifth song is Forgotten Fields. Sixth, Nostrum Mare is the first song that we sing in our mother tongue, in Catalan. Seventh is Once Upon a War. Eighth, The Path to Puya. And ninth, the final song is La Civil. Is a very, very ancient song from our land, from Mallorca. Yeah, 9 songs. Some people say that is a very, very long album, but it's easy. If for you it's long, just play 7 songs and it's shorter, so it's no problem with this.
An official video for the song Black and Wave was released on December 19 last year as for the first single of the album, and the next video was released a couple days after for the song La Sibila. Okay,
Yeah.
a lyric video was also released for the song Sail to Sanity that was this year, January 16, as a second single of the album. And yes, a third video was released for the third single of the album that was a couple weeks ago for the song Aurora. I'd like to ask where was this video shot, especially the Black and Wave one, and for the song La Sibila, who was responsible to make these videos and what's the concept behind the lyrics videos?
We recorded that video in the north part of Mallorca on shores of a very, very beautiful coast. The responsible of make the video was the same, Board and me, and the other videos. It was Truco Martin. The concept, in brief, it's impossible for us to be blind as humans and not to be aware of what's happening around us. Black and Waves talk about this. Our world is disintegrating and our brothers and sisters are suffering and dying. For us, this is something that needs to be present in our music and in our way of life. In Black and Waves, you can watch a regular and extremely true story of a little boy who is trying to save his life by crossing the Mediterranean alone after losing his parents in a war. We don't like to treat superficial issues, talk about castles or forests or whatever. Reality is as hard that it makes us able to write music from the deepest of our hearts. And yeah, Truca Martin produced Black and Waves, and Chris Kells, a Canadian musician that play in The Agonist, have made the lyric video of Sail to Sanity, and definitely we are so happy with the final result.
I believe Aurora as a song and especially dedicated to someone. Would you like to talk about?
Yeah, Aurora Picon was a very special woman who was murdered when she was 25 during the fascist coup in Spain. She was a woman that for the civil rights of the working class, and she was murdered by fascist people. And we dedicate this song to her. Here in Mallorca, she's very important. We love her a lot.
Amamata, it's a bit more epic, more intense, and it keeps the personality of the previous albums and recorded again at Psychosomatic Studio with
Yeah.
Mega plus Jens Borgen mastering the disc. Josep, for God's sake, Amamata, what's the meaning of this word and where did you take this from?
Yeah, man, it's a very, very long story, but yeah, so in brief, the first time I listened the Amamata was in an ethnographic museum in Paris. I was blown away with this song, with this chant. It's a song that Are woman is a people from Solomon Islands in the Pacific sing to their dead relatives. It's only sung by women. It's very, very interesting. We try to establish a parallelism between the Amamata and Sibilla, a very traditional and ancient song that is performed in Mallorca during the night of December 24th. It's about the end of the world, the Genesis, in fact. It has a lot of meanings for us related with our traditions, our culture, with our Mediterranean area. Yeah, we try to change the perspective of our music with this kind of songs, and it has a lot of meaning for us, yeah.
Very interesting, man. Thank you, thank you. I didn't even know the words.
Yeah, it's not easy to say it.
You utilized the same winning team again to work on the album, talking about Mega and Jan. Was it an easier process this time around?
I think Mega is definitely the seventh member of Helevorn. Yeah, man. His quality as a producer and even as a musician, well, he plays all the instruments. It's crazy. He plays, for example, when our guitarist started to recording, Mega was like, okay, let me try to do something with your guitar. And it's the same with the bass, the same with the keys. And when I start singing, I was like, okay, Mega, no, let me sing me, please. Just go to your place. And he's amazing. His capacity to make us to do our best is incredible. He has done a very hard work in this album. A lot of arrangements coming from him. The time in the studio was really painstaking, and we are very thankful to him.
I believe when you have a replacement musician, you know already where to go.
Well, he's very perfectionist. Boy, I think it's almost impossible to play with him because he's like, oh no. And imagine with the vocals, try to sing like this, try to sing like that. Wow, 3 or 4 days, it was like nightmare. Wow, it was very hard to work with him. But the result is it's very good. We are very, very, very happy with him. Yeah.
And with Jens Morgan again.
Yeah, of course, with Jens, we have called him because Jens knows us very well. We know him, and the relationship we have each other is very good, and he knows exactly what we want, and it's very easy to work with him. He's amazing for mixing, for producing the albums and mastering. He's the boss of the master, so yeah.
In the large list of contribution that has made the presentation on this album, who were all these guest musicians, Joseph?
Yeah, we wanted to make a common job with people who have supported us over the last times. Jaume Comte played the baklama and the bouzouki, Turkish and Greek guitars in Aurora in the song. Julia Colom sang in 2 songs, and Heike Langans from Draconian appeared in a song also. Yeah.
Which one were these songs?
Jaume Conte played the guitar in Aurora. Julia Colom sang in Aurora and in Nostrum Mare, and Heike Langans from Draconian in The Path to Puya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like their previous album, the cover artwork has been made by Gonzalo Ineas. What kind of inspiration was given to Gonzalo Ineas this time to create the cover artwork?
About Gonzalo, the first time I saw some work about him was a poster of a Napalm Death concert, or I cannot remember, but I thought that, hey man, I want this guy to make our next cover. And yeah, we contacted him, and it was a very hard work because we wanted like the perfect cover. This is the first time we have worked with him, and I can say that the cover is, wow, it's amazing. The colors and the concept, it represents the figure of the prophetess Sibylla singing above people that is drowning. Humankind is the snake and the big waves. Dude, it's the end of the world, it's like the end of the world on shores of the Mediterranean Sea.
Amamata, released last January 23rd, was the third album released by Russian record label Bad Moon Man Music. Is this the last release via this record label, or will there be one more left?
You never know. We think that sometimes it's better to be one of the most important bands in a small label than a medium or the worst band in a big label, big one. So you never know. We have a good relationship with the Russian people, with Bad Mood Man. Of course, we will try to have a good deal with another company, but nowadays we're happy with them, so you never know.
Talking about this release, and how many format is this new album Amamata available?
Yeah, the label released the album in Digipack version. I think they pressed 300 copies in Digipack and 800 copies of Jewel Case, just 1,000 copies. It's a hard time to sell music. And we self-released the album in blue vinyl. It was like, oh, we wanted this album in vinyl, and yeah, it's good shit, dude.
And do you have special quantities in this blue vinyl?
Yeah, the blue vinyl is limited to 165 copies, and yeah, we have sold like 100 copies. So yeah, I think
Only available in Spain?
yeah, no, in Spain you can order it through our web shop. I believe that in some months it will be sold out. Good news for us, yeah.
The Mallorcan band, one of the most international on the island, has made a double presentation of the new album. The first one was in Barcelona on February 22nd, and the second was in Palma on February 23rd. How was this album release party gone on both nights, and was there more bands added to these events?
After some years without playing in our city, those presentations, performances were awesome. We played with the Danish Saturnus also, like to present the album, like a special night in Barcelona and Mallorca, and with the Catalan Onirophagus and Aeolian, both very nice Spanish bands. We couldn't wait to play the new songs on the stage, and wait, dude, in Mallorca came more than 400 people to see us. So yeah, it was a very, very special night for us. We prepared some special images and pictures. It was amazing. We will remember it forever.
I'm very happy for the band, man, that you get so much support and your fans list keep on growing.
Yeah, sure. We are so happy. Yeah.
Okay, talking about shows and tours, the band will be heading to North America with a shadowing of the North Tour this coming May 2019. Exactly where and which cities will the band be visiting?
It's our first tour in North America, so we are so excited. It will be with our big friends of the Mexican Majestic Downfall, and the tour starts May 8th, I think, yeah, in Victoria, British Columbia, and it ends in Montreal the 21st of May, I think, or yeah, the 21st. Yeah, it will be like 13 concerts crossing the whole country from west to east. Man, it's gonna be awesome. We can't wait to play to the Canadian audience, and yeah.
This North American tour will only be for Canada, or will you still hit Mexico and the United States?
No, just Canada. We already actually had the chance to play Canada, and a lot of people from the States, when they saw that we are playing in Canada, a lot of people contact to us and asking, hey, come on, come to New York, come to Seattle, and we were like, wow, man, it's amazing. And maybe in the near future we will arrange something to play for our fans and in the States. It would be amazing.
Josep, another show the band has already booked. That's the Iberian Warriors Metal Fest in Zaragoza, Spain. What can the fans at home expect of the band, and are you excited to be at this festival again?
Yeah, it's like a medium big metal festival in Spain, and we love to play in those kind of festivals. There will be big bands such as Entomb, Take, or Imperium Decadence. So it will be great. I think it's been like 4 or 5 years since the last time we played in Zaragoza. So yeah, it seems that this year it's gonna be a good year for us. Yeah, to play live. Yeah.
To end this long but very important interview, what is there more for Helevorn for what 2019 is about?
Yeah, we are working hard. We try to get some more gigs. We cannot reveal yet, but there will be more shows in Europe during this year and in Spain. Keep posts. It would be great to see you guys around. I don't know.
Helevorn takes bits and pieces from bands such as November Dooms, Catatonia, Ghost Brigade, and My Dying Bride, and to wrap it into an exceptional doomy bow. And I heartily recommend all fans of doom metal are warmly encouraged to invest into this great masterpiece. Go buy this great new album, Amamata. I'm very happy. Joseph, I want to thank you very much, you and Bad Moon Man Music, for handing me over this great album. Thank you very much once again. And I want to thank you for making this interview possible. And I will hand you over the microphone of Madam Messiah Radio for you to invite all your fans to support the band, to buy your albums, to buy your merchandises, and to attend the concert the band has already booked.
Man, thanks a lot, buddy. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. I send you a big hug and hope to see you very soon. I don't know, in Slovakia, wherever. Best regards to the audience and thanks to be there.
And for those who want to buy merchandise and the new album, any place they have to go to, the band?
Yeah, the web shop, the band's web shop.
Yeah,
just helevorn.com and go directly to the web shop and you will find all our stuff. Yeah.
So, like I always say, thank you very much. Hello to all of the band for me, Joseph, to Samuel, to Xavi, to Enrique, to Sandro, to Guillaume, Battle on. See you. Bye-bye.
See you. Thanks. Bye.
Should I hand you my head or